So the big bad bill, a.k.a. one big beautiful bill, has passed the House, headed to the Senate. And all I can say is enough already. We all know it's driven up interest rates. No one seriously claims this plump, pulchritudinous legislation cuts the deficit. So it's also no surprise that the market didn't do much today, with the Dow dipping 1.4%. 1.4 points. The S&P edging down 0.04%, and the Nasdaq actually gaining 0.28%. That's what happens when you go out with a bang of banter and exit whimper of windbags. In fact, this bill's ultimate passage was so obvious that even the bond market didn't bother to recoil. Interest rates actually did the unthinkable. They went down. And if anyone in the House even bothered to read the bill instead of just seeing how much their constituents could beg from it, they would have realized that there are many pro-growth provisions in here. We only talk about the SALT deductions, Medicaid cuts, but there are things in this bill that should entice businesses to spend fortunes, while families will be able to put money away for newborns. This is a super-de-duper stimulus package. Maybe it'll help our country grow its way out of our balance sheet worries, but maybe not. At all times like this, though, when some huge, ugly event is at last over, I like to survey the battlefield and see who actually advanced from our trench through no man's land all the way to the enemy's trench. I try to imagine it's the first day of the psalm and see who got across. Weirdly, when I looked, I was shocked to find really a couple of companies, but really only one major company nobody's talking about, braved the machine guns, avoided the sheets of steel, and cut through line after line of barbed wire to come through unscathed, or maybe even stronger. And that company? GE Vernova. That's right, the one-time redheaded stepchild of the old General Electric before it was spun off as its own entity. Look, they could have called it GE Power, but I guess somehow in some alternate universe, Vernova sounded better. Hey, I've seen worse naming decisions, like the guy at Warner Brothers who thought that Max would be a better brand than HBO. Oh, by the way, and WBD's opponent, Netflix, is doing pretty well, too. But everybody knows that. I say, who cares? GE Vernova is the unknown soldier, okay? The one that got to the other side and I think is going to keep going. And that's what matters.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.